Welcome to Learn English through Book Summary. Here, we break down the best original English books, helping you gain knowledge while improving your language skills. Stay tuned until the end of the video for some inspiring quotes. It is recommended to listen repeatedly. Today, we're exploring the book The Four Agreements, a practical guide to personal freedom by Don Miguel Ruiz. In a small village surrounded by lush mountains and vibrant fields, there lived a wise shaman named Don Miguel Ruiz. His life was dedicated to the pursuit of truth and the unraveling of the complexities of human existence. As he walked through the village, he noticed the struggles of the people around him, people burdened by self-doubt, fear, and misunderstanding. One evening, while meditating under the shade of an ancient tree, he had a revelation. The path to personal freedom and happiness lay in four simple agreements. The first agreement emerged like a ray of sunlight piercing through the canopy. Ruiz gathered the villagers and shared the power of words. Words are the most powerful tool we have, he said. They can create our reality, shape our beliefs, and heal or hurt. He urged them to be impeccable with their word, to speak with integrity and truth. He recounted a story of a young boy who, filled with self-doubt, would often call himself stupid. Over time, this negative self-talk became his reality. By choosing to speak kindly to himself, by being impeccable with his word, the boy transformed his self-image and opened the door to new possibilities. The villagers began to realize that their words not only affected their lives, but also influenced the lives of those around them. With this newfound understanding, they started to choose their words with care, fostering an environment of love and respect. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Ruiz introduced the second agreement. Don't take anything personally. He shared tales of villagers who felt hurt by the opinions and actions of others. He explained that everyone is on their own journey, shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and fears. What others say and do is a reflection of their own reality, not a judgment of one's worth. In the heart of the village, there lived several families, each with their own stories and struggles. Among them was a woman named Elena, known for her kind heart and warm smile. Despite her friendly nature, Elena often felt insecure about how others perceived her. She was particularly sensitive to criticism, especially from her neighbors. One day, as she was tending to her garden, she overheard a group of women chatting nearby. They were discussing the new recipe Elena had shared at the village potluck. I heard her cake was a bit dry, one woman remarked, and she really thought she could impress us with that dish, another chimed in with a chuckle. Elena's heart sank. The laughter of the women felt like daggers piercing her heart. She had put so much effort into that cake, hoping to bring joy to her friends. Instead, she felt ridiculed and humiliated. This incident lingered in her mind for days, overshadowing her usual joy. Meanwhile, another villager, Miguel, faced a similar situation. He was passionate about painting and often displayed his artwork in the village square. One afternoon, he noticed a few villagers whispering as they glanced at his paintings. "What does he think he's doing? Those colors don't even match," one of them scoffed. Miguel felt a wave of shame wash over him. Instead of continuing to paint with joy, he began to doubt his talent and question his worth as an artist. He avoided displaying his work, fearing more ridicule from others. The criticism, even if unspoken, weighed heavily on his heart. Don Miguel Ruiz, observing the emotional toll these situations took on Elena and Miguel, gathered the villagers to share an important lesson. What others say and do is a reflection of their own reality, he explained. When you take their words personally, you allow their perceptions to define your self-worth. Remember, their opinions do not diminish your value. Elena and Miguel listened intently as Ruiz encouraged them to let go of the need for validation from others. He reminded them that their worth is inherent and does not depend on the fleeting judgments of those around them. By reframing their thoughts, they could find peace and confidence within themselves. Elena began to focus on her love for gardening rather than worrying about others' opinions. She realized that her joy came from nurturing her plants, not from seeking approval. Miguel picked up his paintbrush again, creating vibrant works that expressed his true self, free from the weight of others' judgments. Through their journeys of self-discovery, both Elena and Miguel learned that their happiness did not hinge on the opinions of others, but instead blossomed from within. Their stories inspired the villagers to embrace self-acceptance, fostering a community where everyone felt valued for who they were. One day, a villager named Maria was upset after her neighbor criticized her cooking. Ruiz reminded her that the neighbor's words were not a reflection of her abilities, but rather a projection of their own dissatisfaction. By letting go of the need for external validation, Maria found peace within herself. The villagers began to practice this agreement, liberating themselves from unnecessary pain and nurturing a sense of self-acceptance. As the moon illuminated the night sky, Ruiz spoke of the third agreement: don't make assumptions. He illustrated this lesson with a story about two friends who had a falling out over a misunderstanding. One friend assumed the other was upset with him, while the other believed his friend was ignoring him. Their friendship fractured over an unspoken assumption. Ruiz encouraged the villagers to seek clarity and communicate openly. Ask questions instead of making assumptions, he advised. By fostering a culture of dialogue and curiosity, the villagers began to resolve conflicts and deepen their connections. They learned that assumptions only led to suffering and that honest communication could bridge the gaps between them. As dawn broke, casting a golden hue over the village, Ruiz revealed the fourth agreement: always do your best. He emphasized that doing your best is not about perfection, but about embracing each moment fully. He told the villagers a story about a young girl who struggled to learn how to weave. Some days, she wove beautifully, while other days her work was less than satisfactory. Your best will vary, he explained, but what matters is that you give your all in each moment without judgment. The villagers began to let go of self-criticism and the fear of failure. Instead, they focused on the effort they put into their actions, allowing them to grow and learn from each experience. This agreement fostered resilience and a sense of fulfillment in their lives. Real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. Don't miss out on more amazing books.